Okay, it's time to check in on the Wignats. So you had last week, Trump had a speech in Arizona where he explicitly says, white people are being discriminated against for monoclonal antibodies, for COVID treatment, and for testing. So I was curious as to what the Wignats say about this because they've been whining about this for like 5 years. So what do you think they'd say? You could probably guess, so here we go.
Right here, I've got it right here.
America, we're witnessing cruelties that can be scarcely believed. They can't be believed. The left is now rationing life-saving therapeutics based on race, discriminating against and just denigrating white people to determine who lives and who dies. If you're white, you don't get the vaccine, or if you're white, you don't get therapeutics. It's unbelievable to think this. And nobody wants this. Black people don't want it. White people don't want it. Nobody wants it. It's not even believable. You saw this a week ago where it came out. Nobody can even believe it. They don't even talk about it, and they don't want to talk about it because they know it doesn't work very well for them. But the Wall Street Journal described the practice race-based preferential COVID treatments, and that's what it is. You get it based on race. In fact, in New York State, if you're white, you have to go to the back of the line to get medical help. Think of it. If you're white, you go right to the back of the line. This race-based medicine is not only anti-American, it's government tyranny in the truest sense of the word. The Supreme Court should intervene, shut down this flagrant civil rights violation immediately. Somebody has to get it to the court immediately.
See, it sounded like there were people that were they just typical rabble-rousing?
Why would blacks care if whites are being discriminated?
They don't.
Immediately, Alex McNabb, the fucking biggest retard on the panel. What would blacks care? You stupid fucking bastard. Blacks don't want race-based treatment is what he's saying, you idiot. But he immediately have to go to the victim card. Immediately, I'm a poor victim. Look at me. Because they have to be the biggest losers on the planet. They have to be the people that are set aside in the corner and whine about everything. That's what they have to do. They have to immediately, why would black people care about it? They separate themselves because they're special whites. Now they're going to bitch about Daddy Trump.
They don't give
Well,
a
that's
fuck.
just that's like a code you have to say to conservatives so they have permission to move forward.
Yeah, no, like black people.
Whining about any outreach to any different race because they have to be explicitly. It's not enough that he just spent 3-4 minutes saying explicitly white people are being discriminated against. That's not enough. That one little line he threw in there that says that all race-based things shouldn't be good. That's not enough for these people.
Care too? No, they don't. There's no evidence that they care.
They have to all spurg out about it. They have to all get their statement and they have to spurg out about, because they want to be a racial grievance group. They want to be an aggrieved racial minority. They'd love it. They'd love it if this country turned 20% white. They would love it because then they could really whine. Then they could really piss and moan about how everything is against them and how Daddy Trump hasn't saved them and how everybody's mean to them.
Their self-interest to care about that because they get pushed to the front line. So it helps them.
Right. I mean, there might maybe like
no, you fucking retard. Nobody wants race-based anything because it's not a good thing. That's what he's trying to say. Is that people with a brain don't want that. Yeah, the dumbest of the dumb would say, yeah, well, gives me that, but as a whole, people don't really want that.
Nation think would say like that's kind of bad, but other than that, I doubt anybody would say anything. But like they don't give a shit. But it sounded to me like there was points. Maybe it's just typical rowdy Trump crowd where people were getting particularly like they were yelling over him, not just the typical applause, but like people like from the crowd yelling. I would be curious what that was, if it was anything important or if it mattered.
Again, looking for people to whine. Looking for people, maybe somebody complained about that, but so I got to be a victim. Immediately looking to be the victim, because that's what they have to be. They're poor victims.
If it was somebody who was getting mad that he was talking about whites, because I could see that happening.
Whining.
But I mean, it's like I thought for a second I was listening to like Eric Stryker. Like, like Stryker's like, fuck it, MAGA hat.
So that's a positive. That's the most positive thing he will say. He thought he was listening to Eric Stryker there. So that's a positive thing. He's saying, okay, that's a good thing that he said, but is that all Michael Isaac Peinovich has to say? Oh, no.
Back on. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
obviously, that's not going to happen. But, like, again,
well, he mentioned white people. He mentioned white people by name.
We have all been saying this for months. We have been saying this, like, everybody on TRS, all of us, Jazz Hands, Stryker, all of us, everybody has been saying this, that if you...
And nobody has been listening because nobody listens to you.
push on this issue and you make them feel threatened, they will have to address it, and you will be surprised.
What's funny is with
the way you do it. Hold on, before you. Sorry to cut you off. The way you do it with Trump, at least, is you don't support him because
you don't support him. You don't say, yes, this is a good thing. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted for 5 years. And the guy's going to run for president, and he's probably going to win. But you don't support him. This is how you win, by the way, Wignats. So anybody out there, you do not support him. When you hear a politician say something that you like, you don't support him. That's what you do if you're a Wignat. You know why? Because these people's entire existence depends upon them being losers. Them being another aggrieved minority who has to sit in a corner and want handouts from people. And they want the government to gives me that. This is what they want all white people to be. Whiny cunts just like them.
Trump didn't do this to a stadium full of screaming fans, MAGA fans, when he's at the height of his popularity. He does it when nobody gives a fuck about him.
Wait a minute, what? He actually literally just did this to a whole crowd of screaming fans. You just listened to it. There was a line of people 25 miles long to get into this rally. They had to turn people away. But keep lying, Mike. Just see how many lies you can pile up one on top of each other. Michael Isaac Peinovich.
He does it when no one is going to his events, when everything he's doing is...
When no one is going to events. Again, not true. But your whole existence is a lie. You married a Jewish woman. So everything about you is a lie. But you're an anti-Semite. You're you want to be the world's most renowned anti-Semite, but you married a Jewish woman. Like, who the fuck falls for this?
Bombing, that's when he pulls this out.
And
that's when he pulls this out.
It's by happenstance of his retarded speaking style that he just reveals everything you need to know. It's like, it's not like we're going to do something. It's somebody else. Somebody should do something.
Someone ought to do something.
Somebody do something. Not me.
Daddy Trump, please, Daddy Trump, do something for me. Why didn't you do it, Daddy Trump? You didn't deport 50 million illegal immigrants like you said you were. Oh, wait, you never actually said that. You didn't do... Oh, Daddy Trump, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you get the cattle cars running, Daddy Trump? Why didn't you deport all the Mexicans, all the brown people? Why didn't you make it a whites-only country, Daddy Trump? You promised, Daddy Trump, that you would do it. No, why don't you do it, Daddy Trump? God forbid these people fucking ever do anything. Oh, yeah, that's right. They run the National Justice Party. Listen to them whine about Daddy Trump, how Daddy Trump has betrayed them. Literal words out of Richard Spencer. He betrayed us. He betrayed the Wignats. Listen.
Not any of my friends. I'm not going to push this or that friend of mine that I'm endorsing for Senate or for Congress next year or the end of this year.
Why doesn't Donald Trump lead a movement of white people against this?
Why doesn't Donald Trump lead a movement of white people against this? That's literally what they said. He wants, because this is ridiculous. You know, Michael Isaac Peinovich, who married a Jewish woman, is not that stupid. This is... Why doesn't Donald Trump lead a movement of white people, only white people, I guess, against this? Do you know how fucking ridiculous these people sound? These people make, George Lincoln Rockwell said he had to be like a cartoon Hollywood Nazi to get people to pay attention to him. That's what these people are doing. They're becoming just a big fucking joke, like the biggest caricature of a white nationalist, just a clown. Listen to these people. Can you imagine if these people who, the John Birch Society and people back in the day who started to look at where this was going, could you imagine these people like a Tom Metzger look at Michael Isaac Peinovich shuck and jive and just, could you imagine what these people would say when they see these losers talking stupid like this? Lead a movement of white people against this. Only white people. God.
The ability to do it. He's got the money. He's got the media. He's got the clout. He's got everything. If he were to say...
He's got the media. Donald Trump has the media. Did you know that? Donald Trump has the media. He's got the media in his pocket. These are the same people that say Trump, holy fuck. This is unbelievable. How can you say that Donald Trump has the media? He's got everything. And all he has to do is just say, how long do you think he would last? Of course, it's ridiculous to say Donald Trump's going to go, okay, now I'm the party of the whites only. That's literally what you're suggesting. What kind of a fucking joke are these people? They're not, my God. This is a honeypot if I ever seen one. How is this not a fucking federal honeypot?
Donald Trump and making it my cause. I am going to spend my money, and I'm going to lead the white people of this country against the establishment. I am going to be your advocate. I'm going to be your guy, white America. You come to me, and together, I will be the point about it. Rich, you rally to give you the permission and the moral support and everything we need to form an activist movement against this system for what it's doing to white people. You know what would happen? That would fucking work.
Does he think he's serious? Has he deluded himself into thinking that he's serious? Is that Donald Trump should lead a movement of white people only? Donald Trump should be the whites only. So Donald Trump should be, the American identity movement or whatever that pro-white. Donald Trump should start the Atomwaffen, is basically what he's saying. Donald Trump should be the whites only. How fucking stupid are these people?
If he were honest, I mean,
were actually doing
not him, but I'm saying if someone with his money, power, clout, etc., did that and formed this organization and did
he wants Donald Trump to form a whites only organization. That's what he gets out of this. Daddy Trump, please form the whites only organization for us. Please, Daddy Trump, please be a racist. Please be an actual racist. You know all the things that they tell you. Please be an actual racist. We want to be. Holy fucking shit! No wonder these people are just losers. They just have to be the biggest fucking possible losers on earth. And that's what they want. They want white people to be just another group that pisses and moans and asks for gives me dat. And they want Donald Trump to be the leader. A 75-year-old guy from New York with a Jewish stepdaughter. Right? Well, a Jewish son-in-law, excuse me. Or just his daughter married a Jew, but he's going to be the anti-Semite to lead all these people. These fucking retards.
It would just work. White people would get what they want.
That.
The way you stop it, you don't just say, well, somebody ought to do something. You fucking do it.
At the very least, go grab your
You do it, Daddy Trump. You do it. You do it, Daddy Trump. Do it for me. Please, Daddy Trump. Please, Daddy Trump.
And pay him on retainer. Get him to bring a suit against somebody.
I don't want
with
Dershowitz involved in any
I'm
shit
just
with
saying,
this.
I'm just saying, bare minimum step Trump could take is file a suit on somebody's behalf, somebody that has standing, somebody who has refused treatment. He's just mentioned New York. Donald Trump, last night.
Please, Daddy Trump, file a lawsuit for us. Please get into the Talmudic. You bitch about the system so much, but Daddy Trump's going to have to do it. Daddy Trump's going to have to get into the system that gave James Fields 500 years for racism. Daddy Trump's going to have to intervene personally on behalf of somebody here. Him and Dershowitz, they asked for Dershowitz too. The anti-Semites are asking for a Jewish lawyer to intervene on behalf of somebody. Somebody's got to do something. Daddy Trump, please.
Recruit a plaintiff.
You're from New York. You're from New York. White people who can't get
somebody should get in front of the courts. Get a plaintiff. Find someone who had.
Let me do the jokes. I'm from fucking New York.
Now Sven's got a spurg out here, so it's not worth listening to. But that's what they want. That's what they want to do. Daddy Trump has to save them. You wonder why these people are always going to be irrelevant. The Wignats are just, it's pathetic. The shucking and jiving, it never will be enough. It's the same as with blacks and racism. Nothing will ever be enough for these people. You literally say what they've been asking him to say for 5 years, but nothing is ever enough. No, you gotta do this and you gotta do that and you gotta get a lawsuit and please, Daddy Trump, deport the 100 million people because they don't look like me. We got to please, Daddy Trump, make it a white country again. Please, Daddy Trump, do this. Daddy Trump, do that. These people are fucking pathetic.